This is Station Horror Talk. Today we're talking about sinners, and Beth is going to lead us off. Here we go, Beth. It's all about. I really feel power in like tapping the toothpick. Tapping. I really feel something here. See
the tapping.
All right,
of the toothpick.
we're gonna do.
So synopsis of
Yes.
Sinners.
We're doing synopsis of Sinners. So Sinners is a good old vampire horror flick,
Yeah.
but it is bringing us back to the basics. The tales that you were told when you were little about vampires, garlic, not being able to enter into a house if they're not wanted,
Yeah.
and sunlight is like just the bloodline of this movie. And it's set back in the 1930s. It's all about just being overcome with vampires, like not expecting them. Whole town not expecting them, just living their lives, and the whole town just gets overrun by these very biblical, maybe,
Okay.
vampires. And what ensues, and it's all about music.
You know they do talk about vampires a lot in the Bible.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
they do?
oh yeah.
What do they
Wait,
say?
what? Okay.
Wait,
All
what
right.
did they
Sorry.
say
We'll talk about that later.
Continue.
Yeah. All right. So, general opinion, Jesse, if you want to go first, of your knives score.
Knife score. I'll give it a 3.4. I'm going to give it a 3.4. I think initially I don't know if we had a lot of lead up to it, so as I didn't quite understand like where it was going, but I like that. I like the surprise. And so halfway through the movie, that's when we start to get, maybe even more than halfway through the movie, we start to get, oh, okay, now this is a horror movie. But it was good. It was well done. The cinematography I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
For me.
I would say 3.5, 3.6. But for the reasons like it was just really slow in the beginning. It ramped up. Not the best vampire movie I've ever seen, but still entertaining. Really good to watch. You know, I think it's a good scary movie for people that don't like
Scary movies.
gore and don't like scary movies. It's a good like middle of the road, and it's entertaining.
That
But
would have
in
been
terms
a good one for
in terms of
for Nate.
knives and like being towards the edge of horror, not really, but still very entertaining.
Yeah.
How do I give a rating with my toothpick in my mouth?
It's hard. You got to stick it in your tooth so it stays.
All right, so we just go like this
You
side.
stick it
Yes.
inside your
I
tooth.
feel like I have like a list.
Stick it in-
with a-
stick
Stick
it
it
where
in
you-
your tooth.
where
so
you put
can
yours in.
talk. So
I'll
you
have
talk while
this
it's-
tooth. Okay.
Stick it
Yeah,
inside.
we're just gonna do this. So, rating. So historically, I do not enjoy vampire movies,
Mhm. Yeah, that's one of your
Um,
no-nos based on the earlier
but
episode.
I'm going to give it
No.
a 3.9.
Okay.
Mainly,
praise for you for a
Mainly
vampire.
because I don't like vampire movies nowadays because they have not stuck to the vampire lore, and I feel like this movie was rooted in lore. It was, we are not getting these Twilight vampires that can go outside
Yeah.
just because it's not sunny.
No.
No, it's like sun, garlic,
They stick to the rules
yeah,
of what
steaks,
historic
garlic, sun, you can't enter.
holy
Like,
water. Which,
that was
Yeah.
oh no, it was garlic.
I
It's
have
like
some-
that.
I have
That's the
some
thing
things to say about
So-
that, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So that was my. I really liked the lore.
I like
they
the
stuck
period
to it.
piece aspect
Yeah.
as well.
They really
I think that's-
stuck to
Yeah,
it.
no, I like the period piece about it too. Like I think that's like, to bring up another movie. The Interview with the Vampire. I loved how it like kind of went through the ages.
Hey, you're still on camera.
But,
by the way.
But like watching vampires throughout the day and them not being in present time, like cool with leather jackets on and shit like that, and like, with young girls and they're all young and beautiful. Like, I kind of like that story. But
Yeah. So I mean, now spoilers come in at this point. Ratings are out. So for like the first impression, honestly, I was bored
Yeah.
for the. I was like, so other movies we watch, like the first scene
Right
or two is
away,
like
right
there's something
away.
scary,
Yeah.
something engaging,
it was
and I,
so
I understand. I understand it a little bit. It's kind of PG in that regard. It's meant for everyone,
Yeah.
but it's like an hour of nothing
Well,
interesting.
So here's the thing. So first impressions of it when I first watched it, I thought that was what it was. Because the first 10 minutes of it didn't grab me, I stopped paying attention.
Mm.
And then when I rewatched it,
That's why it's not in the 4 stars for me.
I caught snippets of gore of vampires within the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
They actually dump you right into it.
Yeah. When
And
he
then
first came into
they-
the church.
They drop you into the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
But I missed it because it was so subtle, which maybe that might be like a kudos
is too
to
subtle
how it is.
for me.
Yeah, but it's not when we go into horror movies, we're like, you need to be grabbed by one of two things. You need to be grabbed by like the solitude of the movie, like the quietness, the building of the movie, or you need to be grabbed by gore. And then,
Yeah.
or like scariness, like some kind of jump scare within the first, the first part of the movie.
Yeah,
It didn't. It was history
right.
For-
I think it
when
was
for
you- when-
45 minutes,
I-
and then
again,
you get into it,
I don't
which
reg-
I understand.
I don't regret watching it. It's just
It doesn't have the grab.
Get to it.
It doesn't have the grab.
I
to it
still
at
okay.
all.
So if we're reviewing it as a horror movie, which we are, yes, but I thought it was very interesting. Like I think Michael B. Jordan as twins.
That's why it's interesting.
lovely. Like give me a try. Like double yourself.
You just spoke to every woman
There's
in America.
Michael A.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Michael
you-
B. Jordan.
you're like-
Yeah.
Like the review of the movie's over. It's like there's two of
Just
him.
if you gave me a movie with 2 Tom Hardys, like go fuck yourself. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a number 1 for me. So any Michael B. Jordan fans out there, it was good and he did such a good job. So
Which
if I wasn't watching this as a horror movie, I think I would have liked it. It was very interesting. Like, where is this going? They're 2 like gangsters. They're coming from wherever. We don't know. There's a little bit of mystery that's coming from that. But we were always in watching it. I think we had a preconception that this was going to be a horror movie. So we were
Which-
always waiting for that to happen.
Just to circle back, there is a movie with 2 Tom Hardys.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, where he's twins.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he's
yeah,
a gang-
yeah,
and
yes,
they're
yes,
gangsters.
Yes, yes.
Just so
yes,
we're clear.
Yes. I know.
Just yeah.
Which is also great.
I'm
It's
getting
a
some
great movie.
I'm getting some tonight.
It's a great movie. They're gangsters. 2 Tom Hardys.
That
But anyway.
immediately was like, I'm sorry, hold on
But
a
yeah,
second. There
But yeah,
is that
first,
movie.
I mean,
There is
first
that
looks
movie.
at it, you could, if you're going into it like we were going into it, like this is going to be a horror movie.
Yes.
We're ready, like vampires.
But if
you
you're,
could lose somebody
yeah,
in the first 30 minutes of it. I mean, within the first 30 minutes, they do, it feels like a lot longer, but they
Yeah.
do introduce the first vampire within that amount of time. I rewatched
30
it.
minutes?
no, it was
No,
like
it was like-
it was like an hour.
No.
We might
The
have
whole
paused it.
movie is 2 hours long.
It took a
Y'all,
minute.
30 minutes.
No, I'm gonna say
30
45.
All right.
Let's
Almost
check
30
tape.
minutes
Let's
to the
check
point.
Tape. Let's check tape. I'm gonna say 45
Yeah.
minutes until the first vampire was
Well,
introduced.
but before the first introduction where there's violence with a vampire took a while.
30
oh,
minutes.
that no.
No.
I counted
Wait,
it.
no. Are you
No,
talking?
no,
are-
the
okay, so
violence happened.
are you talking
with the
about
first
when
vampire.
the main vampire comes to the house?
There was violence then?
That is,
That's within 30
There was
minutes of
violence.
the movie.
yeah, but that was very weak version. It was not
Yeah, but I mean
gory.
that's when they introduced the vampires.
And in fairness, I do respect movies that have a longer arc as long as they end well, which this did. Which is
Yeah.
if it just kept it like a flat line, I would have given it a
No,
lower
I like
rating.
the surprise. I do like the surprise, but my initial reaction, it was kind of like, what are we watching? Is this the right movie? Like, we
Yeah.
literally were like, this is the right movie, right? Like,
I mean,
but-
Michael B. Jordan's in it. Is there
Yeah,
another
this
Sinners that
is-
he's in?
This is the
Is
right
there another movie where there's two of him? Are we?
But no, I like a slow.
What if he only does movies with
Yeah.
two of him from now
Listen,
on?
I do love like in one of the last movies that we watched within a few of the last movies that we watched within the first 15 seconds. There's blood and murder.
Peter
Yes.
Pan.
That's
I
just-
do love that. I
That's
do
just
love that.
us.
But I also love a slow build, and I love a storyline, a good storyline, character build, like all that shit.
Yeah.
And I think this kind of did that. And the period piece, I think, had a lot to do with that. For this period, there was a story that I think they wanted to tell. And then I think vampires were kind of like a third kind of plot to it, or like a third act
Well, I
to
think
the story.
I think anytime for people watching, anytime you have, even if it's a horror movie, any movie, romantic, fantasy, horror movie, when it's a period piece,
yeah.
it is hard
Yeah.
generally for our generation to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
well,
it's hard.
Well, I personally I like it. I mean, I didn't used to when I was 20. Anything period piece,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it. But if you can, the older I get, the more I'm like, if you can reimagine what it would have been like with
but it's a different kind of
vampires in the
But
30s.
it's a different kind of feeling, though. Like, you expect, going into a vampire movie, you expect, like, Interview with a Vampire or, like,
Blade.
yeah, Blade.
That's what I
Something
just
like
keep
that. Like,
thinking
you expect one of the two, right? Because that's what we've been introduced to. But when you go somewhere in the middle where it is within not our lifetime, but our parents' lifetime, so it's not so far reached. It's like a weird, like, compromise almost. You're like kind of reaching into the past, but like we're not reaching in the past.
Yeah.
So can you just like murder somebody real quick so I can get interested in this movie?
Yeah.
Like, just bring in the murder real quick. So it was, I enjoyed it, but it definitely, I can see how it would drag on.
All right. So, what do you think was good about the movie? That's how I felt in the first hour.
It's the worst. Sorry. Hold on, just drink my Irish beer.
Yeah.
Good about the movie. Like I said, the good for me was the lore. I like the
What does lore mean?
lore, history.
Okay.
So the history of the movie, so like history of vampires in different cultures.
Okay.
So I forget what they called them, but like they have like different names for some things that are like vampires.
Chupacabras.
Yeah, chupacabras. That was the other part.
Oh yeah, they go through all the different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked the music because music has always been in every culture. It's been a connection to the soul, a connection to your ancestors, which it was interesting because they did connection to ancestors, but also bringing evil. So,
Yeah.
like, the main vampire was very intrigued and connected to the main kid preacher who was playing, which in lore, in history, music evokes spirits, evokes your ancestors, like
And they talked about that a lot.
that's a whole big thing. So it was interesting, which that was my favorite part about it was when the main vampire shows up and they're standing there looking at, the bar, whatever they had made.
Juke joint.
The juke joint, but it was burnt down. So
Yeah.
when they were looking at it, he was seeing Preacher playing his music, but it had already burnt down. Everybody was dead.
Yeah.
Like, so he was just seeing him. That was a very interesting, like, foreshadowing, like, part of it. I loved the lore, because I think that's why I don't like vampire movies.
Because they don't have enough
So
of that.
They don't have enough of it.
Are we past the point, well, like the spoiler moment, when we can start talking about like?
Yeah.
Okay. So my one question about that. This is something that was plot hole for me that I didn't understand. When the first vampire was being introduced, it was daytime.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It was
Yes,
dusk. It was
was dusk.
dusk.
Which
But
is why he
when-
was so burnt up.
Yeah, he was like partially
Yes,
burnt.
But when the
But
dawn,
where did he come from that he would only
but-
have gotten partially
But
burnt?
when the dawn came later on in the film, they all burn instantly. But
Yeah.
the same amount of sun was out
yeah.
in this
So
moment
he
when he
was-
was
100%,
introduced. When he was
100%.
introduced,
I can answer that.
and he was not burning.
So I
at
can
all.
answer that.
Okay.
So the guy that's introduced, he's from Ireland, right? This is the main vampire.
Oh, easy.
So he's
That's where he's from.
So he's the main vampire, right? So we don't know where he came from, but when he's introduced at dusk. Now, if you look everywhere, they're in cotton fields. What is cotton? It's dense, right? You can hide from sunlight. You could hide in the fields. We don't know where he came from. Maybe he came over on the train that they introduced in the first,
Yeah, but it's
Part
still
of it.
light out.
but he was burnt. He was decaying, and he's also the original vampire that they were talking about.
But it was
So-
the same amount of light.
It
was
wasn't
the same
though.
amount of light.
So
that
think
came-
about light. So dusk versus sunlight is two different kinds of light, right? So dusk,
Was she gonna get scientific?
so dusk, the moon's already up, the
Yeah.
sun's already down. You're dealing with very little sun rays. When sunrise hits,
It's a way
it's
to look
full
at it.
light,
Okay.
full up. But also remember when, spoiler alerts, of when he's actually being hit by the sun, he burns a lot slower. Everybody else burns up like that. He doesn't.
That's true.
He stays alive. He's burning very slow. So like you get some like little cloud cover in there and he might have been okay. But he's burning
I don't
and in
remember,
pain
so.
when he goes to the first door. He's burning, his skin's boiling
And he gets in the shade.
and everything, and he gets in the shade and they let him in. So
Okay.
he's in,
Yeah.
right? So and that's at dusk. But he's coming from a cotton field where I don't know if you've ever been in a cotton field, but when you go,
I don't
if
know,
you
have you?
were,
I haven't. I haven't.
Typically,
So-
take my naps there.
so I have.
You've taken a
So-
nap in a
No,
cotton field?
but I've been in a cotton field. It's
So
very,
technically,
it's very dense.
anything shaded, they could
And
be
shaded.
safe. Anything shaded.
Yeah, you're
So
staying.
it's not. It's so like if they were in New York City that doesn't get daylight, they could be walking around.
yeah.
So, it's not just when the sun is up;
so
it's
have you
just when the sun
seen-
is hitting them.
So Salem's Lot. So Salem's Lot is a Stephen King book.
yeah.
So Salem's Lot is based on dark, not night. So dark is good, night is whatever. Night is when vampires can go out and play, but dark, shaded is where vampires can live. So Salem's Lot is a lot of where the sun hits, where the sun rays hit, that's where death is.
Okay.
But behind that, if you're in the shaded version of it, you're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All
So
right.
that's
So that's some good lore.
But that is a vampire lore, right? It's just
Yeah.
the sun rays
Okay.
Yeah.
of it.
Okay.
So the sun rays hurt, but if you're thinking about like a sunrise, that's when sun's like
Which is
doing
why
its-
he was so.
it's doing its
desperate. Yeah.
thing.
What about sugar rays?
Ooh, sugar rays.
I just want to fly.
I feel like they'd be okay.
Keep your arms
Yeah.
around me, baby.
start murdering or biting Sugar Ray
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. But yeah.
Rest
so
in
that,
peace, Mark McGrath.
Yeah, but that was the thing about the movie. It was
Yeah.
over one day.
Right.
So the movie started at sundown and ended at sunrise. So the whole movie is one day.
Yeah.
That's it. They got there in the morning, left in the morning. And that's it.
Yeah.
So I
Left.
wondered about the movie of which we can talk about, but I wondered, and I have not looked it up, that some of these shots were one shots.
Yeah. A lot
Oh,
of them
yeah.
were. Yeah.
When they were in the actual building, when they were following
the characters.
the characters,
around,
I think that they had one shots
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
I really
I'm always
do.
a fan of that.
Yeah.
For sure.
You love
Yeah, I mean, I
that.
think the cinematography in even the limited CGI was good, believable. It wasn't. It was just a little slower beginning, but
Yeah.
I like the rest of it. So other good stuff was like they were somewhat believable vampires and how they talked and how they changed and
Believable
stuff.
vampire.
You
What's
know,
that?
like
Yeah. Well, they were believable. I liked that they were believable that they pulled on your heartstrings, right? So Cornbread
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
why I detrimentally do not know the actor's name, but he was one of my favorite characters because it drew back to childhood versions of vampires of
right,
like just let me inside. Just let me inside.
right.
Just let me inside. We're fine. Just come on. And they had so much power. All they had to do was not let him inside.
Yeah.
That's it. But he was such a lovable character, and it was that the vampires didn't change who they were
Yeah.
until you figured who they were. Like until you knew that they were vampires, they were your friends.
Right.
Which
Right.
is one of the scariest things as a child, as a like thinking about vampires, that's gotten very disjointed,
Yeah.
very like not done right over the years. So vampires are scariest because they were the people that you loved masquerading as the people that you loved. Like
Yeah.
they knew exactly what you needed to hear, and they got into your house
Yeah.
because you trusted them.
Right.
Right.
So this was
the
that.
the first character
Yeah.
got in because everybody knew
Oh, yeah,
her.
she just, and who did she talk to? Cornbread.
Yeah.
The most lovable character, the most trusting character out of the entire movie was like, oh yeah, go
ahead.
get in there.
Go
Get in
ahead.
there. Which
Go ahead.
was one of
Go
the most
ahead. Kill everybody. Go ahead.
one of the most like pornographic
Oh yeah, that was fun.
vampire kills of ever.
What are some of like the bad things other than it being slow? There's not much other than that.
No, I thought it was pretty
Yeah.
good. thought it was pretty good.
For me, bad things would be the drooling. I didn't like the drooling. All of them drooled.
Yeah.
So I get it because vampires crave like blood and all that kind of stuff, but the drool was a bit sexual,
Okay.
which vampires
are
historically are about
sexual,
sex
yeah.
and killing. So I get it, but it was like a lot of drool. Like not just like they're drooling a little bit. It was like spit.
Why don't I
Yeah.
remember the
Like-
drool as much?
Like the first one,
Yeah.
the first guy, so like Haley Steinfeld, she goes out and
Yeah.
she like meets
The
Yeah.
trio and they sing to her, which I loved. I loved the music. And I loved what they did. It was a lullaby because historically, again, vampires would lull their victims to death.
Yeah.
Right? So that was a big thing too. So you lull them into death. But bro turned around and he was like all normal. And he turned around and he just had like, excuse me, my language, were like cum drops. Like,
Yeah.
like fucking, like all down his face.
Yeah.
And he like tried to wipe it away, but like
I mean, it
unsuccessfully.
is Haley
Excited.
Steinfeld.
I know, but like, and then Michael B. Jordan's like, girl, you're drooling. And it was like full on just spit. everywhere. That bothered me. It took away from the whole.
Yeah.
That's a lore that's not common of
It took
vampires drooling.
The
No,
drool?
That's
No.
not part of the
Because
lore.
they usually keep themselves like
Which-
composed.
Yeah, which I think is a weird move
Yeah.
for the movie.
Yeah.
That took away from the whole sex appeal of the vampires.
Yeah. You got a little something.
Like,
you got a little
I-
something.
like it's not like a little like if they were like a little drool, it'd be fine. But it was like full on like
I
spittle.
think in like
down
these
their neck.
scenarios, like I hope that they have someone like that knows this lore and knows the information, like for any movie specifically, something scientific, if it's whatever historic, they have someone set that's like, that is not true. That is not accurate
Yeah.
to
well, you know,
how
yeah.
this goes. And the director was like, no, we need more.
Add
drool.
more spit.
Add more drool because
Well,
Right.
I think
Add
anytime
more.
you make a film, you can recreate it in whatever way
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want.
It was
So
a
the staying true to like, garlic and steaks and stuff, but like what if they did something different?
yeah.
Maybe
Well, I did like it's such a weird, it's a like and hate. I hated the drool, but I did love when they stabbed the vampires. It was so theatrical when
Yeah.
the blood and the everything just goes spurting out. It was that was very historical. Like that's what people thought
Yeah,
when
like-
you stabbed a vampire. Like
they
their
explode.
fucking guts like went everywhere.
Everywhere.
But still, in the back of my mind, I have like this like
Drool.
spittle
The drool.
drain going on the side of their
But what
face.
about
I'm like,
the drool?
you're not sexy anymore.
What
you
about
took the
drool?
sexy away.
Yeah.
Like Haley Steinfeld's being like, I'm sexy, and then you're like, but also,
The drool. She
A
didn't
little
drool
bit
though,
much.
did she?
yeah,
Did she?
she
Yeah.
drooled and she spit it in a Michael G.
Oh,
Michael G.
Borden.
Michael G. Borden. Michael G.
She spit it into his mouth.
She spit it into his mouth. He's like, oh baby, you drooling. She's like, would you like some?
Oh, that's
Bitch,
right.
No, I
I
don't.
mean-
Yes. I forgot.
But if
about
it's
her?
like, listen, no,
her?
if it's
Maybe.
like all the way down and it's thick, like it was like mucus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
she
a sick kind of mucus.
Yeah.
So like, what's the? Obviously, there's lots of bloody. Was there any particular bloody that was the best?
Yes.
Go for it.
There's two. So obviously when Michael B. Jordan
Yeah.
dies, not dies.
Michael A. Jordan.
Michael A. Jordan. That like the scene with him, like when Haley Steinfeld's like when she stands up and she has like all the blood on her mouth, like after, and she gives her notorious line, but that, and then when Annie gets her stabby,
Oh yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
like
that was
blood
Yeah,
and
everywhere.
just
yeah.
going
Blood.
everywhere. So I like that. I do love whenever they killed people.
I mean, that's not.
Yeah, no, I like that too.
That sound weird? No, no.
No,
No, whenever
was
they, because
good
it
at-
just spurts out. It was almost I feel like the directors or whoever did it was like, okay, so we're gonna make this super like historical, and then when it comes to killing, we're just gonna make it so unbelievable that it's just gonna cross the line.
Yeah.
Like it's like historical, and then when we're gonna killing people,
Yeah.
we're not even gonna try to make the blood real.
yeah.
And that's, to go back on what I was saying before, like the slowness of it, it does put you in. We're just trying to start a juke joint. We're trying to start
Yeah,
a
puts you
bar.
in
We're
the
trying to
mind
make some
frame.
money, and we have no idea the chaos that's going to happen. So watching the whole movie, it makes you feel you understand it, but just like getting into it is tougher.
It was almost a cross. Maybe that's why it bothered me so much. It was a cross of that historical. I appreciated it so much, and the keeping to the lore of the vampires. But then they started killing the vampires. It was like they would stab somebody, and then it was just like, I don't know, like the effects guy went on vacation.
Yeah.
Like he was like, oh, okay, so what you do is you put a blood pack here, and they're like 3 blood packs. Okay, got it.
You mean
I'm also
24.
gonna make it hydraulic,
You mean
so it just
24.
shoots
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Like
I was like,
it was
extra.
exorbitant amounts of like blood killing.
Yeah.
But the whole rest of the movie was so just particular, like right
Yeah.
to the book. And then you hit a vampire, and they're like, "Nah," like a fountain of blood.
Yeah, there was
It was
a lot of that.
Were there any plot holes?
Okay, so I have something to say about this because I don't know if it was a plot hole necessarily. I just didn't understand it 100%. There was a dancing scene, and they panned around the room, which it was a really cool shot. It was a really, really cool shot.
Like one
how
shot.
they did it. Yeah, it was like one shot. But there was like a ballerina, there was crump dancers, there was like a Tibetan dancer, like it was. I didn't quite get it.
I think I know why too.
Okay.
So that goes back to Preacher. So Preacher was built up to be one of these historic and Lord people that his music brought out the ancestors in everybody. So whenever you went to every room, the different heritage and the different history of every nation, every person. So whenever you went in, you saw a ballet dancer. That was their heritage. So he was bringing back the souls, the history of these people back. So there was
it
wasn't.
No, and it's also just
so it's going into the future too. So there was there was a jockey too, right? There was the guy there. There was a guy with electric guitar.
Yeah,
so it's
going
bringing
into the
all the
future.
things.
It was anyone that in the very beginning it talks about that people can use music to summon spirits, but they can also summon dark spirits.
So
it's how music summons spirits.
And there was a line. There was a line from the main vampire, and he said, "Sammy, you're the one that I want. I haven't been able to see my ancestors. You can bring them back. You can bring in the future." Like, so he was able to, through his music, summon ancestors and the future, which would be they would be the ancestors of them. So he was bringing everything together. So it's the power. It's literally
the power of music.
The power of music was everything. So whenever you look at towards the end with him as a old man, he's still doing that. So whenever he plays, he summons back to his history, feeling those feelings, bringing back the history of his music comes into one. So I think that scene, I loved that scene, the whole music scene.
Yeah, it was very.
I
liked
it
because
I liked
went in,
it, but I didn't understand
well,
it.
you went into,
I don't know if it made sense to me in the moment.
Yeah.
But also, to be clear, if anyone has not watched the entire movie, there's a bit after the credits that we didn't know about.
Yeah,
it was a whole
watch the credits.
Another after the credits. There's
it sums up the whole
little
movie.
bit of the movie that was very insightful.
Well, it sums up the entire movie. It closes out, pulls up the ends of the movie where you didn't remember that you needed a closure of that. Then you go, oh, that's right. I did need that closure.
I was mad. I was mad that why credits and then this bit, but I also kind of like to be toyed with a little bit, like, you know what I mean? So I did appreciate that when there was a little bit of juice that you told us to watch. You're like, oh no, you didn't watch after the credits.
It like solves.
Oh my god, there's
solves
another little
mysteries
riddle
of the whole movie.
So it's annoying, but it's pleasing at the same time.
Well,
for me,
I just don't like credits.
No,
personally, right?
Mike
So,
could
but now I'm
wait,
gonna
right
like if
when
I rent
credits
it,
go-
Yeah.
no,
I'm gonna fast
now on,
forward
Yeah.
10 seconds every time to see if there's like a hidden gem,
Yeah.
because you never know. Like, and that was one of them. So who do you think you would be? I know who I would be.
I know how it would be.
I would be one of the idiots that let someone in. It doesn't matter who it is.
Cornbread?
Just one of them.
Are you gonna be cornbread?
No. Well,
To go take a pee and then be like, ah, damn it, now I'm a vampire.
Yeah.
No, more like just a random person in the place that got bit, that walked outside, and
No, I'm
just a dum-dum.
definitely the girl that's mad at the guy for not wanting to like be with me later. And then I go out to like talk to the vampires and get everybody together. And then I get bit. And then I go and I kill the person I love.
Would you be the what was her name? The store owner's wife that was like, get in here.
No,
fuckers."
no,
Like,
yeah, no,
Oh,
no, no.
maybe.
absolutely
I
not.
wanted
No,
to
absolutely
murder her.
Not. No, I would be the with the girl, the girl
Haley
that.
Steinfeld.
Yes, I would be her. I would be the
High
girl
praise.
that. I don't know if it's high praise. Well, not. I'm not going off of that shit. I'm just saying, like, from the beginning, she just wanted this man so bad. She wanted this man so bad. And he was like, no, I don't want
See, I would
you
have
anymore.
been Annie. That would have been me.
Annie.
So like very aware of like these are vampires. Like here's what you got to do, and also
oh, yes.
kill me.
Yes.
kill me if I
this
become one of
happens.
them because
Yeah,
I'm
for
out.
sure.
Like that's
Yeah,
that's
no,
who
I
would've
would have been the girl
1000%.
that just wants to like be with her man, and then I would go out into the night to discuss with the vampires. Listen, you guys just gotta fuck off, and then they would murder me, and then would go back in
But-
and kill my beloved.
Can we talk about the only time that the vampires flew?
What? No way.
When they went to get Haley Steinfeld, like the vampires flew, and I was like, "There it is!"
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
They
no, I
flew!
love that moment.
It was
'cause I
so-
like, whoa.
Moments in this movie were so like subtle,
True bloodish.
like
Yeah, it
so
was-
subtle.
It was kind of True Bloodish. A
like
little bit,
he
yeah.
flew a little bit, but it flashed off so quick.
Yeah.
and you're like, did he just fly?
He did fly.
Oh, she did. But I did like. I mean, yeah. But I would have been Annie. I would have been Annie for sure. Like just because she was my favorite character in this entire movie because nobody was listening to her.
No
she was like,
one was listening.
she was like,
to
listen,
her.
just
She was
stand
just-
here, eat
please.
this garlic.
Yeah.
We need to see who you are. And also, don't do this. Don't do that. Put the body outside. Like she had
She also knew all the lore,
but she was
she
logical.
knew all the lore.
She was
knew
logical.
all the stuff. She was like, listen. She knew it from the Indian, like the Native American perspective. She knew it from this
Yeah.
perspective.
She
This
was
is what
like-
they're called here.
She's like, listen,
This is what
she
they
got
call them."
up, you shot her, and she ran away like it was nothing. We need to put that body outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
I know stuff.
immediately,
Yeah.
like dots were like boop, boop, boop.
right.
They're vampires.
No, everybody was like,
it was
everybody was
immediate.
like, Annie, come on.
But if you
now."
never heard of a
Come on.
vampire before,
Oh, yeah,
or
but-
haven't
Well, but
seen one,
keep in mind, they never called them vampires.
that's
The
true.
entire movie, they never called them
yes, they
vampires.
did.
Did they?
Annie immediately said they were vampires.
She called it something else.
No, she
No.
called it something else.
No, but she said those. She said that's not it. She's like these are vampires. They're
I don't
different and they're the
remember
worst.
Her calling them.
She
vampires,
immediately
sure.
said that. That's why they ate garlic. So she threw the pickled garlic at Stack. And they came out and they were like, what was that? She's like, it was garlic. These are vampires. That's like a stand-up moment. She said that out. And that's why they stood in a circle and ate garlic all around. And Slim had the issue because he was drunk.
Yeah.
And he could barely eat the garlic, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna shoot you, we're gonna kill you." But yeah, but how about who in people that you know would be the guy that passed out from the Irish beer
Oh yeah.
that was laying on the floor, and everybody inside was like, "Oh no, he's a vampire! He's a vampire! Get him out!" And like you wake up outside and you're like, "Oh no!
Oh
Oh no!
I
Oh
was just
no!"
drunk. I was
Like
just
who would that guy be?
that would be me. That would be me.
No.
I'm not going to say their name, but
I know, but you know,
I think we know.
you
who that
have
would be.
somebody in your mind. You're like, I
have
felt
two people.
out of the entire movie, I
know
felt
who that
no
would be.
compassion for anybody except for that guy.
He's like,
that
oh no.
He like woke up and he was like, no, smoke, no, I'll pay my tab. I'm so sorry.
We
like
know
you
who
know that
would be.
guy.
We know who that would be.
And like
Ugh.
slow ass
I got a couple
cornbread
names.
walks up and just like eats his face. But my favorite vampire that I don't think in this whole movie gets enough attention is the store owner, the guy, I can't remember his name, but he, like the Asian dude that walks up, he's so slick.
Yeah. He's like, hey.
And
honey,
he's like,
just
hey,
call
no, I
me."
got the car. You want to come out here? He was so slick. He was the most like undercover vampire
I mean, that's what they all did
of the
right?
movie.
Yeah, that's
Like
what they all did.
that was the best part. And then the lead vampire starts speaking Cantonese, and like he's like, "Oh shit!" And then his wife's like, "Oh no!" And he said some dirty things.
Yeah.
Don't read the subtitles.
Dude.
Don't read the subtitles. But like that was an impressive thing because that is also the history of the main vampire.
Yeah.
Has all the memories of everybody else.
That's a different. Is that the same lore as like True Blood or something like that? Where,
It's so True Blood took it as if you killed the main vampire that turned
Everybody would
somebody,
die.
if you killed the main vampire that turned your person, the person wouldn't.
right, but
do
they
it.
get all their
But
memories.
there's like it's the community vibe, which is kind of why I liked the vampires like a lot for a second. It's that community vibe. Like he knew everybody, he knew what everybody was thinking, and they felt the same pain. But if he died, they still would have lived.
Right.
But they felt the pain of dying.
But I think in True Blood, if you kill the main vampire that made you, you would then die.
Well, no, everybody. So if you in True Blood, if you killed Bill,
Yeah.
Bill and he turned 5 other people, those 5 other people died.
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was
If your
It's
maker died, you would then die.
yeah,
But
Classic.
that's not the case in this scenario.
which is not the case in vampire
lore.
lore.
Interesting.
Because if you think about Dracula, the father of all vampires, he died, right? So not all vampires died.
Right.
They felt the pain. So his people that he
And they
made,
were probably lessened with their power or
yeah,
whatever.
they felt the pain, but they didn't die.
Yeah.
So this was like more based on a Dracula lore
Yeah.
than anything, because Dracula was garlic, stake through the heart, sunlight, like those were his things. Can't come in, but
Without being
but
invited.
he
That
could,
was a big thing in this.
yeah,
Which
got a lot of on social media, got a lot of like laughs of like, well, if I was in this, I'd just be sick. No, you can't come in.
yeah, but
but-
they didn't know. They didn't know.
No, I just saw a TikTok where there's a lady who's like, after I watch Sinners, if I have a friend come over and they say, "Can I come in?" She's like, "Why are you asking that?
Can you? Can
I invited you over here."
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that was the thing. That's what I loved about
without me
Anne.
saying you can come in.
That's what I liked about Anne. Annie was the best character, and she was like, "Hold on, you're a big ass man. Like,
Yeah, why don't you walk in here?
come in. Why won't you come in on your own?" Like, I loved that. It was very modern day, but
Well, she was curious.
Like,
she was curious. She
what
didn't
are you
understand.
doing?
Yeah.
what are you doing? I think Annie was like the last girl energy for this.
Yeah.
She was the final girl energy.
Oh yeah,
For sure. Annie, but she went out on own terms, like, but also was the smartest person in this movie.
Yeah. No, I was just the aggressive bitch that just like wanted to have a score settled.
But boss.
No, I would be, instead of like the Asian guy, the store owner, I would be like, Jesse, the Uber's here. We gotta go. We gotta
No,
go.
and then
Come
I would
on
be
out.
like, no, I gotta go, guys. And they would be like,
we're
no.
all holding you back, and she's like, "No, he said
I
the
said
Uber's here.
The Uber is
It's fine.
here."
It's
He'd be looking at me, he'd be
fine."
That's
like,
exactly
Jesse,
what
look in my eyes. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Pooter is
Right.
waiting at home.
Mochi is waiting for us.
But how much is it just me? How much did you want to literally stab her in the heart when she was like, "Fuck, come in here"?
Yeah.
The Asian
I'm
lady.
sorry.
the
All we gotta do is wait until
Again.
dawn.
Yeah.
Again, 100 pounds wet. Just knock her out.
Fuck.
If
you.
I were Annie, I would have knocked her ass out and be like, absolute. As soon as
Yeah.
she started lighting the Molotov cocktail,
Yeah. She
I
started.
would have
creating them.
knocked her out. I
She
get
started
it.
making them like.
I
right
get
away.
it. You got a daughter. I get it.
She was worried about her daughter.
Bitch, shut
You're
up.
about to ruin everybody in here.
Sunlight.
Let's
Yeah.
have a conversation.
Like sunlight. They're
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, it's like
Also-
4 a.m. You
also-
only
Hey,
have a-
sunlight. You got
also,
you got like
we
2
could-
hours max.
We could taunt them to keep them outside. We could do a lot of things. Let's
They-
have a discussion.
They're
But
literally
you
standing at
think
the door,
you're-
and you're like, can't come in. They're like, okay.
Well, why wouldn't a vampire just light the building on fire and then eat the people?
So
Pothole.
that's the thing, right?
Right?
So,
Why wouldn't they just take axes and
so
beat the building down?
but in
That would
lore-
be breaking in.
but
the
in lore, again, they have no. You
you
can't
can't touch the.
You can't do anything. There is a physical barrier between you and the entrance
what
to
is
something
that
that's
about?
owned.
What is that about? What is that? Where does that come from? Where you
Dracula
have to
comes from Dracula.
Like, okay, so let me ask a
But-
question. What if you're at an Airbnb and it's not your house?
So
And it's
Sure.
not your
Okay.
house?
Could I message?
So-
could I
Yeah,
message the
it's
owner?
not
so
your
here's the
home.
thing. So you can't, if you're at an Airbnb, you can't legally, physically give them permission to come in. It's not your house.
So
Is
they would
that
have
how
to
it
ask
works?
The owner.
It's dominion over.
What if there's like vampires running around? They're just going to Airbnbs and like, oh shit, they're just renting. I can't do this. How does it work with a lease?
Yeah,
But-
how
How's
does
it
it
work
work
here?
with an apartment?
I don't own my house if I
Yeah,
still have
yeah.
a mortgage.
Right, right.
How does that
But,
work?
like,
You
do
got to
they
go to
call
the bank.
So bringing up the black sheep of the vampire movies, the new Nosferatu. I hate that
Oh,
movie
Ugh.
so much, but
We
that was
hated
his
it
thing,
too.
right? So they touched on it a little bit. They did vampires have like emotional control, right? So they speak to your emotions. So Nosferatu was
Sexual.
they lure you out,
Sexual usually.
but it's sexual.
he
But
wasn't.
they lured you
Oh, no.
out,
He.
so you're outside of the domain coming in. So it's like it's an unholy. Back in the day, is I'm gonna say like way back, like not 1900s, 18, 17, something like that. Your house was your domain. It's holy. It's blessed. It's everything. It's your house.
Yeah.
So it's not consecrated.
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 Yeah,
that's
consecrated.
So, yeah.
Consecrated ground, so they can't pass, which was Nosferatu. That was every like mansion, estate, everything was consecrated ground, so you couldn't go in. So maybe that's what they're doing here. I think the lines get a little bit blurred
Yeah.
on like a barn.
Well, what happens
Right.
Like a
right,
barn.
Exactly. Like
if
who's
anyone?
the owner?
If,
And who can say you can come in and who can't come in?
Yeah.
Because they're not the owner, right?
well, maybe if you live there, but if anyone comes to my house without a formal invitation, you're not coming in. If anyone stops by my house,
I walk
you're not
up
coming in.
tonight and I'm like, "Can you open the door for me?" You'd be like, "I'm sorry,
No.
the fuck."
I'm sorry. Why can't you walk in the door? Why can't you just
Yeah.
walk in?
I look
Why
at you,
can't
I
walk
like turn
in?
around, I have drool in my mouth. You're like, oh, oh.
We got one. How is she
Mochi-
not melting in sunlight out
We
there?
would be
Mochi's
like, oh my
Mochi's in the
God.
background. I went, bitch, don't do it.
Yeah.
No,
Don't do
we
it.
would be like,
Don't
oh
do
my
it.
God.
Don't do it. It's not a thing. I'm like eating like the mouse.
You have a chicken. You have a chicken in your pocket.
Chicken in my pocket. Well, oh, that's a Chick-fil-A. That is a literal chicken.
Yeah, it's
no,
just a
no,
chicken.
no, it's Chick-fil-A. It's fine.
All right. I mean, I think that mostly wraps it up. So overall, like last final thoughts.
My
think it's-
final thoughts. I liked it. I thought it was good. Definitely the seeing the after
stroke?
the credits. The after credits.
Oh, that made it
piece.
much better. Yeah,
We
there could
didn't-
be a Sinners too. Based
Yeah,
on,
the after
on that,
credits
for
piece
sure.
kind of made it into it. It helped with the ending of the story, but honestly, it could have been ended before, which is why we thought it ended. We didn't wait till the credits were done and then finish watching because
Yeah.
we just when the credits start, like normal people do, we stop watching it. But I, it was really cool. I think it was like a fun family film.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the ones that if you watch again, there's more little nuggets
Yes,
of things that
that's
you would
it.
get out of
Yeah.
it, right? You know,
Yeah.
and and knowing where it ends up, there's probably a bunch of stuff we missed, but
Yeah.
I would definitely watch it again for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. My final thoughts would be a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So remembering things. So like you said, like a couple of nuggets of things. There's little hints throughout the entire movie of what's going to come.
Mm.
Like a lot. Like pretty much before any major scene, there's hints of what's going to happen. So just kind of watch
So are you
it.
saying that there's going to be a second one?
Well, no, like
Foreshadowing.
yeah, foreshadowing like
right,
from the beginning of, your sunburned man shows up. When they pan out, a lot of it's cinematography. They pan
Yeah.
out, there's 3 vultures
Yeah.
on the roof. There's 3 people. They're going to die. Like, they very lightly touch on the Indian aspect of it, but I mean, that was huge in that area at that time. Like, the
Yeah.
Indians were like, you gonna die.
Right,
like,
right.
we out. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Gone. The songs that they played, that they, like, even, like, the girl, bring back, but of the unwashed, whenever Preacher hooks up with the girl, and she's like, I mean, let me go, like, take a wash or
Yeah.
something. But, like, she sings a song when the first vampire enters the building about making the moon, like, having the moon stay up and the sun not shining.
Mm.
Like, there's so many parts of the movie that are, like, foreshadowing, especially through the music, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, that's
very
why I
good.
think like if you watch it again.
Yeah, when I watched it the second time, I, like, caught on,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
little,
Same.
little tiny things, but for a whole, it's a very good movie. Vampire movie?
Which is tough for you to say. I can see it coming.
Yeah, I just don't
on the scale of vampire movies, where would you rank it? Like, is it one of the better ones of vampires? It's better than Nosferatu, that's for friggin'
Yeah,
sure.
it restored my faith in
Oh.
vampire movies.
High praise.
That's
High
nice.
praise.
Yeah. So if vampire movies continue on that trend of what vampires actually are, they're a lot scarier than what they've been made into.
Yeah.
So vampires have never scared me because they became these froofy, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like living amongst us type
True
things.
Blood.
But like I'm born from a
Twilight.
Stephen King.
Twilight, yeah.
Stephen King vampires were scary.
Yeah.
Like Salem's Lot, which they just did a movie about that. But Salem's Lot vampires are what I'm used to. They arrive in coffins, they kill an entire town, and they wipe out everything you know about everything. And they're super strong. They can only be killed by a stake to the heart. Like, but one bite, you're done. Like
Yeah.
those are the vampires that I love.
A steak to
This
the
was-
heart. Do they have high cholesterol?
Yes, it's one ribeye,
Yeah, one
to the
ribeye
heart.
to the oh.
not a cheap cut.
Yeah, not
Not a cheap cut. Gotta be a
tomahawk
ribeye,
tomahawk steak.
little shoulder cap, whatever, to the heart. But like those are the vampires that I love. And I just say it again. I just rewatched Salem's Lot the movie, which is one of my favorite books, and those are the vampires. They're like the Dracula vampires.
Yeah.
Which is what was in this movie. But I think at some points it tried a little too
A
hard.
little too much. A little too much.
Yeah,
A little too hard.
yeah.
But the comedy, there was comedy.
Yeah.
There was some comedy too. Yeah.
There's some comedy in it, which
Cornbread.
you can't help but laugh
Cornbread.
at some vampires when they're standing outside your door and you're going, no, it's fine. I know you want to kill me, but walk across threshold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dare you.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
What?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh, sun's coming up in 2 hours. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like the most volatile horror character is a vampire. Like they have so many rules.
So
Yeah.
many rules.
So many rules.
They do.
Garlic.
I know. Come on.
Garlic.
Garlic is
Oh,
delicious.
You know
Come on,
how I
get
would
over
die?
yourself.
By garlic.
That's how
It's
you
the
would die.
most delicious thing
No, you
ever.
would die
and I
by-
would die immediately.
You would die
They'd
by
be like, "Hey,
pickles.
Mike, you want a pizza? What's it got? Garlic,
No,
Parmesan
you would
crust."
die by
You'd be like,
pickles
"Oh
or
shit,
cucumbers.
I'm in."
Make some garlic noodles
And
and,
then
I
you
just
just-
burn up,
you just-
explode. Explode blood everywhere. Like,
They have this.
that's a good way to go out though with
Who
some
has-
garlic noodles.
Who has more rules than vampires?
No, it's true.
Who has more rules? Zombies,
in the-
shot to the
nah.
head,
Yeah,
right?
boom. Kill him. Dead.
Yeah.
Done.
Killer baby ghosts.
Yeah.
I don't even know what their rules are.
They
With
don't have
vampires, garlic, steaks, sunrise, can't enter your home.
Yeah, that's a lot of rules.
They're the easiest villain to get
Yeah,
away from.
That's true.
You could be like, I'm gonna coat the outside of my house with garlic oil.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna come out at sunrise, and I'm not gonna invite you in, and everything's made of wood. They'd be like, ah, fuck.
They should do like a Home Alone but with vampires.
Like it's the
He just
easiest
has garlic.
person to
he
kill.
has like a steak that falls down. It's like classic Home Alone.
I think that's why it's my
Garlic
laughable.
Yeah.
It's my laughable villain.
Yeah.
Cause a kid ghost, they can
Right.
get you anytime.
Oh, anytime.
Anytime. A person with a knife, a serial killer with a knife,
Anytime.
they can get in.
Anytime.
But this bitch, I throw
I need to
like a
ask
clove of
permission.
garlic
Yeah,
at a
that's you.
vampire. He's
You're
like,
dead.
Yeah.
like,
Or
I'm
I
like,
just need to
can I
eat
come
it."
in? No. Oh well.
Oh man, I guess I'm going back to the.
So I gotta
drawing
wait here
board.
till
I guess
nightfall.
I'll
Till
stay
morning.
here till what sunrise?
Yeah.
No, you won't.
I'm not getting up until 10.
And you know where we're gonna go to a coffin.
Yeah.
You know what's easy to kill? Vampire in a
Yeah.
coffin.
I'll be back inside at nightfall, so it's fine.
Literally, I'm going to kill you when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna go to a coffin.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Wha-
good.
What on
That's
that
good.
note?
Can you play the outward music,
Yeah.
the outskirt music for
The
us?
outskirt.
And this has been I think I
Yes.
got it.
And yeah,
You gotta practice.
And this has been another episode.
Yes.
Not bad.
Perfect.
Got it.
It's loading.
I'm loading.
It's loading, much
You're
like
loading.
These suspenders are
Ready?
making me hunch. And this has been another episode of Horror Talk. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.